satanic art, books, and symbols. A connect-the-dots pentagram.
What?
Yes, indeed. Yeah. So over in Orange County, Florida, they're trying to get this put into the school system. The school board has discussed changing its policy that allows for the distribution of religious materials on tables inside the high school, but no action has been taken, and currently no changes are currently being planned. So they're again.
So wait a minute. They're trying to put this stuff out for the kids. Is that what you're saying? But they haven't yet.
Yeah, well, they're trying to get it in there. This satanic temple. It wants this coloring book part of the curriculum in this Florida school district, and the school committee is looking at it and has not approved it as of yet. But
does Karl Rove have something to do with this?
Could be. Let me see if his
That's my question, first of all, because you feel like Karl Rove has something to do with this.
You're saying he's the leader of the Satanic Temple, possibly?
I didn't say anything, but RD doesn't. RD does bring up a good point. Is Satanism First Amendment?
Yeah, I would think so. Absolutely.
So, but so is porno. Does that mean you'd want to distribute it to children, RD? See what I'm saying? Once you're of the age of reason, which of course is what, 16, 17, then you make your own decisions. That's when you are, at 16, 17, you still have a lot to learn, but you have the conscious mind of reason to debate whether or not Satanism seems to be the good religion for you. Oh, yes, did I lose the guy? Okay, no, there you are. Yeah, come on, break it down. It doesn't matter what religion you are, okay? Really doesn't. It depends on how you interpret that religion and what you do in your daily life to take that religion. And you know me, I'm such a religious fanatic. That's sarcasm, ladies and gentlemen, in case you didn't know. I'm not, I can't say any one religion is right, but I'm not gonna push my beliefs on you because you may have your own beliefs. That's called respect. That goes above religion. It's just called having respect.
Yes, indeed. I got to agree with that.
And when it comes to respect and common sense, you don't teach kindergartners about sex. You don't give these kids satanic stuff. Or even at that point, because people say, well, isn't it the same by doing it Christian values at that age? Isn't it the same? You're pushing something that they don't have any clue about on them, right? I can understand the argument there. But it seems like sacrificing goats and stuff might be a little bit more extreme than, let's say, and there's a lot of arguments.
But I agree with older students learning about comparative or different world religions. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Or all of them. See, that's what they're going to like about the public schools. It seems like a lot of times they pander the lowest common denominator and don't allow a lot of education to actually be had. Because, to tell you the truth, we didn't learn very much about the Cold War just through the 90s in high school, So, just got to think about that kind of shit, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
They don't really want you to know about certain things. Like, I didn't learn about the water power car until after I turned 18. I didn't learn that most pharmaceuticals today are made from petroleum. I didn't know that until after I was 18. There's a lot of stuff that they don't teach you in school. And but yes, RD, you're right. Satanism is First Amendment, but not when you are a child. I have to disagree.
Very interesting.
Was there anything else in that article about that?
No, not really. That's basically, it was just a short little story. But I can't see them approving that. Although, like RD says, it could be a First Amendment thing. But I have no problem with it for the older kids. No doubt about it. Like I said, studying comparative religions around the world, I think is, once you're of a certain age, like you were saying, it's all good.
I was just thumbing through the rest of the headlines here as well. Yeah, that's what I was. Jihadists capture 80 U.S. TOW anti-tank missiles.
Wonderful.
It's almost like we're just fucking handing it to them. And it's really pissing me off because eventually, and eventually, Eventually, it's going to be used against us.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt about it.
Listen,
no doubt about it.
TOW anti-tank missiles are nothing to play with, okay? These things don't just blow up cars. They blow up city blocks, okay? I don't understand how you... Oh. 80 of them. They just happen to be sitting around where these jihadists just happen to get them. Whoops. Again, another aimless... You know what? How much more is America going to take of this before the citizens are going to have to stop it from happening? I mean, we're going to have to do something about this because eventually it's going to affect us right here. And I ain't talking about beheadings, and I ain't talking about, crazy people with axes running up on cops. I'm talking about city blocks blowing up in your hometown here. That is just because apparently we can't keep track of our guns. What the... Where did common sense go? Please tell me, teacher. Please teach me.
Common sense, yeah. That's one of those terms nowadays that I don't know. That doesn't seem to be too much in vogue, man. There ain't a lot. Like I say many times, there's more average people out on the street showing a lot more common sense than these supposedly people of with their degrees and their doctorates and their whatever the case might be. I met more idiots with PhDs than I ever met of average folk out there. Let me tell you right now.
So apparently, weapons supplied by U.S. to moderate Syrian rebels has feared to fallen into the hands of jihadist militants because of the pictures that are recently taken. This is high-tech stuff too. They get the infrared camera on top of the tank, and that's over. Yeah, that's over with the
yeah, we could get bit in the ass. Not like we've not getting bitten in the ass before by supporting the wrong side of the equation.
Well, now they're talking about going into Turkey here. It says 10 tanks, 4 BPMs, 130 cannons, 80 plus TOW missiles, dozens of trucks/cars, and quote-unquote, lots of ammo. They're twittering this stuff, man. This is a warehouse full of ammo. I don't see any dead bodies in this picture. That means they must have not fought real fucking hard to get it. That's basically like handing it to them. I'm sorry.
RD says with the for these guns that get lost, there is also some amount of money probably getting lost on the other side as well.
Well,
yeah,
you know that.
RD.
You know that. And it almost makes me want to become a gun runner. Wondering why I'm not in that profession. It used to be video games. Watch kids pump quarters into them like rats hitting a bar for a pellet. Now it seems gun running is the only good, credible career in the United States anymore. I don't know. I don't think I could do it. White House diverted funds to fight virus and other programs. Maine nurse sets quarantine as abundance of politics. Studies show airport screening largely ineffective. Bats may be heroes as well as villains. Fear strikes North Korea of this Ebola craze. Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of craziness.
Listen, Godfather, listen. I've got a joke for all of you guys about Ebola, okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
You probably won't get it, though.
Yeah, okay.
Get it? But
Yeah, I got you.
It's a joke about Ebola. You probably won't get it.
I know. I got it. I got it. I know what you said.
Whoa. No, he doesn't have Ebola.
Short
Calm
sweet.
down. He doesn't have Ebola. You guys can come. So, you heard about that? The second rocket blow up in like 2 days. You heard the first one that happened in Virginia, right?
Yes, I did. Yeah, yes, exactly. Yeah.
All right, I was going to
get. Were those private?
The first one, was NASA. The first one was NASA. Had 50,000 pounds of supplies for the space station. We got astronauts up there, and it was an unmanned drone. And apparently something malfunctioned on the, I don't know, and it blew up like 200 feet off the ground. Boom!
Yeah, that was quite an explosion. I saw that.
And then there was this Virgin flight that ignored safety warnings before crash. Branson battles to keep dream alive. Can space industry survive 2 explosions in 4 days?
Wow.
That's the headlines for that. I didn't know if you knew anything about that or anything.
No, I just briefly saw the little video about it, but I haven't really looked into it or much more than that.
All right, I have to do something here. We got to get a little funny in for these guys because obviously. Hold on, wait. They were drunk. That's why it first exploded. This is what Phoenix Kiss is putting in the chat here. I don't know if that was true. I didn't even read the article, but I have an article here that I wanted to share with you. I thought maybe it'd make everybody laugh. I don't know.
Yeah, I got one too. Yeah.
Well, you go ahead first then.
Yeah, apparently this.
Sorry.
This guy, the suspect in an armed robbery of a Subway sandwich restaurant in Alabama, told investigators he acted out of anger because of his failed Subway diet, quote unquote. Police said on Friday. Zachary Torrance, 18, was arrested at a Walmart store late on Thursday after a patron there recognized him from surveillance footage of the suspect that police had posted online. He told detectives that he had been on the Subway diet and it had not worked for him and he felt like he wanted his money back, said Hueytown Police Chief Chuck Hagler. The detective felt like he was being serious. The diet, created by longtime Subway pitchman Jared Fogle, who claims he lost more than 200 pounds on it, is built around 2 low-fat sandwiches from the restaurant chain per day. Torrance admitted to holding up a Subway on Wednesday and also is a suspect in 3 other recent robberies of Subway stores in the area of Birmingham, Alabama. He is being charged with first-degree robbery and is being held in Jefferson County on $250,000 bond. He does not yet have an attorney. Torrance told police he was at the Walmart to get a holster for his handgun, which was recovered from his vehicle and appears to match the one used in the Hueytown robbery. So, the Subway diet didn't work. He was a little ticked off, so he wanted his money back. And, who can blame him, right? Jesus.
Well, yeah, because if you eat nothing but Subway... See, the reason it happened to Jared is because he got help from Subway to work his weight out. So he went and he did the diet, and he exercised, and Jared put that weight back on shortly thereafter all that, right?
Is that why you don't see him anymore?
Yes, sir. He did, because he started eating nothing but Subway. But anyway, I got one here for us. It's from thecollegefix.com /post. Well, here, I'm just going to put it in the chat room here. Maybe you guys can enjoy some of this with us. That's what it sounds like. All right. Harvard University workshop to teach students how to have anal sex. Where's Kiss Kiss when you need her? Harvard University annual Sex Week observance, which launched Sunday, includes a workshop called What in the Butt? Anal Sex 101. What? Where is Kiss Kiss when you need him? That aims to teach the Ivy League students how to have anal sex. I'm going to fucking Harvard, man. Please use the rear end. So-called sex experts from a local adult store will lead the Tuesday talk, which seeks to dispel myths about anal sex and give you insight into why people do it and how to do it well.
And for your homework assignment tonight,
go out and butt fuck somebody, all right? Make sure you use condom. Prophylactic. Make sure if you're gonna thwacker, wrap your tallywhacker. There will be cover of a wide variety of topics, including anal anatomy, and the potential for pleasure for all genders, how to talk about it with a partner, basic preparation and hygiene, lubes, toys, and safer sex, anal penetration for beginners, and much, much more. Learn the facts about the exciting and often misunderstood form of pleasure, find out the common mistakes people make, and get all your questions answered right on down here at Harvard University Annual Sex Week Observation, where What in the Butt Anal Sex 101 will be taking off this week. Wow.
And we will be interpreting the song Don't it make your brown eye blue?